Um, so I'm going to tell you about a puppet, and this puppet is named Ralph, and I'm not a ventriloquist. I'm not going to pretend to be a ventriloquist, thankfully. And this puppet actually came into my care in about 1993. I was turning 7, and I got it as a birthday gift from one of my mom's coworkers. And it's this really just god-awful, ugly, alien dinosaur thing. It's so ugly, it's cute. Like a pug dog or most babies. And it was kind of the first thing that I really adored, right? Like it was the first thing that I think I was just getting old enough to really fall in love with inanimate objects, which I think is Freudian. And what my parents told me was, well, look, you've got it, now you got to name it. Because I was treating it like a pet. Like I was bringing it everywhere. I was, I was taking it to the dinner table. I was doing all this sort of stuff with it. So my parents tell me, well, you got to give it a name, and this blows my mind because I've never been responsible for giving anything a name before. Pets were always named for me. So this sort of thing is brand new, and I'm stuck. I got nothing. So a little bit of family history. My grandmother, a very sick lady, always in and out of hospitals. We're in to visit her in the hospital one day, and I, of course, bring the puppet, because what is going to cheer my grandmother up more than this puppet? So my grandmother, and she's got tubes coming out of her and everything, she's barely cognizant of the world around her, and she just kind of stares at it, and cocks her head, and she's like, that thing looks like a Ralph. I'm not sure what she meant by that, but the name stuck, so this puppet became Ralph. Now, a bit more family history. My brother and I, we have a lot of divorces in the family. I'm sure plenty of people in here know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a very separated family that comes together when it needs to. So my brother and I, or stepbrother I should say, never really got along all that well. We never really had any reason to, we did things. We played catch, we played video games, but these were things that we did because, we're brothers and that's what you're supposed to do. But it was never hey, I really want to go play catch. It was just kind of oh, we have to do this now? All right, cool. So my brother, who spends a lot of time, he's living elsewhere, or he's down in Georgia with his biological mom, or he's all over the place. He's a very busy guy. He's about 7 or 8 years older than me, and I'm just 10-year-old annoying little brother getting in the way of chicks and parties and driving places and doing high schooler things. So I end up taking the puppet out one day with my brother nearby, which I had been afraid to do because I figured it would get destroyed or something. And my brother picks it up and he just kind of stares at it for a second. And he puts his hand in it and it starts talking like this, right? And this is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It blows my mind, and I'm cackling like an idiot, and I laughed until it hurt, which is, it's a great thing. So my brother soon turns his attention to the one person that me and my brother have found our only real connection toward, and that's my father. And what we really found is that the one trait we both have incredibly in common, the one thing we both love more than playing catch, more than video games, more than any of that other crap, is just making my father's life complete hell. And he did, it was hi, Fatso, how's it going? It was nothing. It was Triumph the Insult Comic Dog, just nothing but insult after insult after insult. And it wasn't mean-spirited, We wanted him to be angry, but not the kind of angry where you get kicked out of the house, So as I'm growing up, and as my brother's growing up, and you gotta remember, he's 7 years older, so I'm 14, he's 21, we're still doing this stuff, and I'm 24, he's 31, we're still doing this stuff. And it really kind of became the one thing that me and my brother have in common from my early childhood all the way up through today. And the story actually has a bit of an epilogue. My brother had a kid about 2.5 years ago, or more accurately, his wife had a kid, and he helped with certain aspects of it. And the kid, he's about yay tall. His name's Jaden. He's adorable. He's so smart. And he's smarter than all of us. It's ridiculous. But for his first birthday, and I originally wanted to do it for when he was born, but I couldn't find it in time. But I actually was able to go back on eBay and find a Ralph, an official Ralph, this damn puppet that they stopped producing in '93 because it was just so ugly. I was able to find a brand new one for him because I just couldn't give up mine. So, so he takes the puppet and he shows it to Jaden. Jaden's like, whatever, because he's one. But recently, the most amazing thing has happened. My brother plays with this puppet in front of Jaden, and Jaden loves it. It's like the greatest thing to him. He laughs and laughs and laughs and laughs, and it's just amazing. And I don't really think there's any tie that can beat that kind of thing. So, thank you.